know, right? We've been around each other to know one another. All right, so I'll start. I'd like to introduce to you all my friend Larry. Larry is a man of God. He is a wonderful man that, along with his wife, they parent five wonderful kids. Um, Larry is very, very passionate about the things that he believes in. He's a hard worker, and he just has a love for the Lord. He has a gift of the prophetic, and he has a gift with kids. My friend Larry. Everybody clap for my friend Larry. All right?
I would like to introduce you to my sister in Christ, Pamela Wilkerson. Now, Pam is a member of Dominion International. She is one of their governmental leaders. Personally, she's been a good friend. We've known her since we've been here. Me and my family have got to know her family, her and her two kids. Brianna, who she's in college now, and Jimmy, who she runs around the world.
Right.
To get him to do his practicing and everything. Also, being in church, she's also on the leadership team as a financial, I won't say advisor, but she does everything for the finances, pretty much. She does the vision, does the accounting, the deposits, making sure that we have money, all that stuff. She does everything like that. She also does facilities, so she's very busy in her life, but she's always had time for her friends. So I would like to introduce to y'all my friend, Pamela.
All right. Chris Wilkins, somebody. Mr. Larry, you want to introduce Chris?
You guys introduce me.
Okay.
Yes. So
Introduce Mr. Larry.
introduce me. We're introducing each
Are
other
we
to
introducing each other?
Yes.
To each other.
And just for the sake of this, can I get you to stand when you're introducing?
Right.
Thanks.
All the way from Maryland, am I right? Calvert County.
Whoa.
No.
You say more.
All the way from Maryland. Man, I knew for a short time, but I grew to admire and really respect. He knows much about the Word of God, and Mr. Larry.
Okay. Well, I would like to introduce a young man that I've come to know and admire in his youngness and his zeal. He's a man a lot like me, with his convictions, how he feels strongly about what he believes. And he's ready to argue and back up. And he doesn't do it just, like I said, just out the whim, but it's a passion for him to know and to be understanding in what he says and what he does. And I'm just glad that he's here because, like I said, being so young, he's dedicated to Christ. And I've seen that in a lot of young men in this time. So I am happy to introduce my friend, young man, Chris Seeger.
It's wonderful.
Hello. This is Tiffany, and she's 15, and she goes to Huntingtown, and her favorite color is purple, and her birthday's in June. That's Tiffany.
Wonderful.
This is Taylor. She's a freshman at Huntington High School. Her favorite color is lavender. She's also 15, and her favorite color is lavender. Well, I say lavender.
Yeah. All right.
This is Briante. Briante is a very fun, lovable person. She cares about people, and she is really great with. Her favorite kind of music is go-go, and she loves drums and congas and everything like that. She's definitely, even though people might see her as really caring, she has a caring heart, and she takes care of all her little brothers and sisters. Even though she might not completely show it, she loves them. And she's really passionate about what she believes in, and she's going to change the world in whatever she decides to do with her life.
Amen.
Okay. This is Brittany. She's a senior in high school. Getting ready to graduate. She has a passion for God. She's quiet. She's like very organized and stuff. Good with like planning and stuff. Yeah, that's Brittany.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Emily Seeger, and I'm standing here to introduce her with pleasure. Emily Seeger is 13 years old, and she's from 14 years old. I'm so sorry. I've been calling her 13 for since she's been 14. It's only been a few months, January. It's been since January. But she is from Philadelphia, of course. You know, we all from Philly. But Emily Seeger is a very passionate and really caring, merciful young lady. And I know that she said she was shocked when she saw that her giftings were strong in, like, you know, mercy and even her pastoral gifts being strong. But just to share what I know about her, she's very passionate. She's definitely the kind of person like Pastor Stephanie Thomas who will stop with anybody and actually want to know their story and actually care enough to listen to what they have to say and definitely want to try to offer a response that would help them. She's so much like her mother in that she really cares about every person. Sometimes, like, it can be, we have to get on her, because sometimes it could be illogical. All she cares about, she sees a person upset, sees a person hurt, and she's like, no, leave them alone. Or like, and they could be totally wrong, or if a child's getting beaten, but she feels compassion for them. So definitely be like, no, leave the babies alone. So much like her mother in that way. So Emily is just, if you know she's compassionate, you know that she's really merciful, or you know she's very sensitive, then you know Emily Seeger. So it's with pleasure I would ask that you put your hands together for Emily Seeger.
I would like to introduce Malachi Jeremiah Stewart. He's 23, right?
Yeah.
And he'll be 24 in about 6 days. Okay. Yeah, and he's a prophet, a great one. He is pretty much the founder of Prophetic Shoes Ministry, and he taught me about grace, and he helped bring Dr. House's their teachings to us at Prophetic Streams, and he's helped us a lot, and he's a great man of God.
Wonderful. Good. Okay, that sounds good. So, we just introduced one another. And so you would ask, why are we doing this? Why are we introducing one another? First of all, in Dominion, one of our key principles that our senior leaders have taught us as leaders, adult leaders, is know those who labor amongst you. There are certain things that you have to know about Brittany that works for Brittany that may not work for Tiffany. While they're sisters, they live in the same household. There are just characteristics that you know about Brittany. You just know. It's part of her identity. It's a part of how we identify people. Malachi is just exuberant about everything. His passion for Christ, he had the same level of passion introducing Emily. We know certain things about Mr. Larry. We know certain things about Chris that may not pertain to Taylor. And so today, the topic of my teaching is, who do you say that I am? Who do you say that I am? And while that was a part of a verse, it was a verse in Matthew 16:13 through 20, and we'll talk about that later, that Jesus was asking his disciples, who do you say that I am? Today, I'm asking you all to consider that, asking someone else about yourself. Who do you say that I am? Emily says that Malachi is a great prophet. Larry says that Chris is a great debater, much like himself. He will find a point and he will stick to it. Brittany says that Briante doesn't appear that she's caring, but deep down she's a very caring person. Who do you say that I am? So, remember yesterday that I was talking about how I had gone